Right then, guys, just a quick chat really about where I'm going fishing wise since all that's happened at Treaton, and I'm going back down. It's I fish it every single year, to be perfectly honest with you, and it's a but I kind of fell out with the place because I'm just funny about places that are full of rubbish and that I don't like them. They're not nice to be. They're not nice to fish. They're not nice to. They're just not nice. I don't like rubbish and stuff like that. I'm a bit OCD when it comes to shit like that. You know what I mean? So I've I'm focusing solely on canals this year. I want to focus on canals and port lakes. I want to do a lot on port lakes. I've seen quite a few images of fish that I've been. It's not just something I've just automatically jumped into as well. It's something that I've been looking into now for probably about a year and a half, 2 years. Now I've got a fair collection of fish that are still alive. They're still in canal now, and they're also still in park lakes that I'm going to hit. So it's that's where I'm heading from now on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and I'm going to be baiting heavily over the next 7 days. I'm going to be baiting heavily. Now I'm going to go with Wales breath, which you will have all seen before, but you've not seen them in their 20 millimeters. Now these I've done these in 20 millimeters for the simple reason of is there's a lot of bream in canal as I'm sure you'll know. So I've done them in 20 millimeters. No care has been took with these at all in rolling wise, roundness and all that. I'm fishing spots that are really underneath my feet. It's my kind of fishing. It's spot fishing. It's going down with a lead and just donking lead round, just feeling for little harder spots in silt or silt that is slightly nicer smelling than the other silt that's on that section of canal. Now that may sound odd to some of you that don't do much fishing where silt's involved, but believe me, it's a massive thing when it comes to silt fishing. You want a silt that's got a it's a totally different smell to the. You get some silt and it'll smell rank, and that silt's no good. It's a dead zone. Now that's the interior of the whale's breath. It's a softish bit. I've rolled this a lot softer. It's got no hardener in it, so I've rolled it a lot softer, and it's a bit I'm right proud of actually. It's got a lot of stuff going on in it. Now again, I've gone for 20 millimeter baits, like I said earlier on, because of the bream. Mate, there's not many birds out there. I've been up and down there and I've been looking. There ain't many birds at all. There is a few, but not many. Now it's the spots that I've found are a little bit hard to. They're going to be hard to get them out of. In another couple more months, they're going to be hard to get them out of because pads are up. So it's I've been and I've looked where I can get a pole in, so I can fish at a kind of where I'm going to be fishing. It's going to be my rod's going to be out, but I need a pole in at an angle, so my line can go to the pole and then down to where I can drop the bait. I can drop the bait in by hand and then round the pole and then back to my buzzer. So the minute the fish takes the bait, it's going to hit the pole. And then as I play it from there to try and get it away from the pads and the rushes, it will kite out into the middle of the canal basin. Now the thing that I've done is it's little things that I do all the time, and that is I've been up and down canal and I've been looking. I ain't stopped and I ain't asked anybody how they're fishing it or anything else. I've been fishing canal for years, since I was a kid. So I know how to fish it, but majority of fish I've fished on the canal have come out on float. And they've come out on with either mussels or luncheon meat or cat food. But 90% of the fish that I have out of canal have come out on floaters, and it's no different to this year. It's if I can get them on surface, then it will outdo fishing on bottom any day a week. I love floater fishing, so it's definitely going to be about all floater fishing. Now I'm having quite a few people ask me about bait. Now the thing is I'm not doing no bait at this minute in time. It's just I can't really do it now for quite a few reasons, to be perfectly honest with you. So that just ain't gonna happen, and it's nothing against the guys on Treaton. Most of the lads on Treaton are good lads, and honestly, eventually I will do them bait, but I just can't do it them yet. So I'm solely focusing on my own fishing. It's my own fishing that I'm bothered about now. I'm not worrying about anybody else's. It's time to get some of them big old canal warriors on bank. It's my brother's had a fair few out over the past few years, and my cousin, and last year my cousin had one out at £28. And I was with my brother when he had one out at 26. I had two out that night. I had a small common and a fully scaled, but they were only doubles, small dubs, about £12-14. So it's I've rolled these with the sole purpose of pre-baiting. That's the whole reason I've done them. Now, I was going to leave the bloodworm out of them, but then once I had a quick look and a quick donk round today, I thought it may be doing myself a bit out of a potentially, if I do come across a bloodworm spot, I wanna be ready for and know that it's got bloodworm inside the actual bait, so it's going to be giving off that bloodworm natural attraction into the water. Now again, I'll get back to what I was originally on about. I've been walking up and down the canal with one thing in mind, and that is solely looking for spots, but mainly looking at what people's got in the banks. And a lot of them are fishing with sticky baits. Sticky baits krill. I noticed it today. I noticed it other day when I went down. There were about 3 or 4 kids on there, and they all. I'm talking over like probably 2 mile. I canal. There were about 3 kids. I think two, 3 kids on, and they were all using sticky baits krill. One of them had one of them fishing with RG, which it did look like it was a fish meal. What they were using, it definitely looked like a fish meal. So if they're using sticky baits krill, then it would be pretty stupid of me not to use a krill bait. Now I was gonna go down with the pineapple that I do, which I will be using the pineapple bait down there for 100% definitely. It's what my brother's done really well on down there is fruit baits. So, but my thinking behind the fish meal is I wanted to use a fish meal early on in year, possibly through summer, and then in the end of summer, beginning of autumn time, when fruit starts to ripen, the overhangs canal blackberries and elderberries that drop into water, the carp absolutely gorge on them, to the point of when I've had them before, the mouths have been bright purple where they've been eating elderberries. I've had them with black mouths where they've been eating the blackberries have dropped in. Now they absolutely hammer them fruits in autumn on canals. I've seen them do it, and I've over years I've had loads of fish with exactly that, the coloration on the mouth where they've been eating, and the water's been clouded underneath it. They hammer fruit that's dropped in canal. But earlier on, I wanted to get them on a good high quality bait, and you're not going to get any much more quality than this one, and that's Wales breath. It's a really high krill bait. There's most of it is krill that's in it, but then when I looked at it today, I would say that there's probably as much sardine and anchovy in it as what there is actual krill. So it's a really high quality bait. There's a lot of goodness going on in it, so I think it's going to do really well down there. Now when I'm fishing over the top of that, I will either be using the bloodworm wafters that I did. No, these are pop-ups, sorry. The bloodworm pop-ups that I did are over there. I've done a post on YouTube already about this. Now I've done them in 12s, I've done them in 16s, and there's also some 18s in there somewhere, or 20s somewhere in the 20s. So there's 16s, 18s, and 20mm baits in here. Now they're pop-ups. They are bloodworm. Now there's a lot of bloodworm in a one egg mix. There's 20mm of bloodworm, pure bloodworm in them. Now they've been treated so they're not gonna mould on me. They're not gonna go off on me. So they're what I will be using on the hook. Now rig wise, I'm not sure where I'm gonna go yet, but I've got a funny feeling that it may be naked shot. But I'm looking forward to it. Really, I'm looking forward to it. Now the other one is also another one I've done here is the liver and shrimp. Now they are glugged. Now it's liver and shrimp, and it's been glugged in bloodworm today. Now I was gonna go without the bloodworm, but it didn't make sense to me, to be perfectly honest with you. Now the whale's breath does really well without bloodworm in it, but I'm talking about treating here. Now the canal's a different ball game altogether. Over the years, it's not been treated. It's just been left to its own devices, and the silt is absolutely really thick. So that tells me that there's got to be a hell of a lot of bloodworm going on in that place. Now these baits, I took these out at freezer today. Took these out at freezer about 2-3 days ago. And they're the cured baits that I did during the first lockdown. Now they've been cured in rock salt and then just glugged in pure bloodworm liquid. Like I said, it's been treated, so I'm not going to go off it. They're going to be leaking off. When you drop into water, they leak. Almost looks like the bait's bleeding into the water, which it's going to give you a decent amount of attraction, and it's hopefully the bites are going to come at the times that a couple of people have told me. Now the couple of people that's the only information that I've got off anybody, and I never asked for it. They told me, they said the bites come at a certain time on the canal. Now in my own fishing, bites have come all the way through the day. Bites have come when I've seen a fish and I put a bait on them. But from what they're saying, boilie fishing on the bites come at a certain time. Now, I've got 2 sections of canal in mind here. One of them's on Sheffield Canal and the other one's on Rotherham. It's a section of Rotherham Canal that I've been a member of now for a good few years. So, I'm already a member of it, but it's definitely getting a fish this year. There's very little known about it, to be perfectly honest with you. So, it's pretty much the unknown, and it's what I like about fishing these kind of places. I like to fish places that people don't know exactly what's in there. It's what appeals to me. And for my brother to be fishing at the side of me and have a common, I think it was 2612, a really good common, big common, and it was it was pretty early on in season, if I remember rightly. So later on in the year, it may have even gone bigger, that one. Now it's a lovely section as well. You remember to it, so you get a key for gate, and you really don't get any hassle. There's no crap down there because it's spare lift, and it's looked after and maintained really nice. So it's definitely, that's going to be my main for nights and for session fishing. 48 hours or 24 hours, that's going to be where I'm going to be doing sessions. Now, Sheffield Canal, I will more than likely do a few sessions on Sheffield Canal, but they're not going to be a session like I would do, say, on Bluebell or something like that. It's not, it's just I can't get into the groove on places like that, so I just tend to take a brolly system with me, or my bivet, but I take a chair. I can't get into that kind of fishing down here. It just does me nothing. You've got people coming up to you all the time, talking to you. I don't think they fish. I just think they walk around telling people about fish they've had, like over they had a fish in, like, when they were 18 and they're about 45 now. is I can't be doing all that crap. It does me nothing. I don't want to know all about any venue I fish. It's I want to learn about it myself. It's no good somebody telling you where they've had fish from and where they've done this and where they've done that. Most of the work's done for you. It's the other thing as well is what I also wanted to add was that I've been talking to a pretty well-known angler about quite a few things. More so that he's not really lying by many, to be perfectly honest with you. And it's I've been getting. I messaged him after on treating about what had gone off on there, and he got back to me about it, and he just said to me, just do what you've got to do and get back on there and get fishing again. While they're talking about you, they're not talking about somebody else, and just the more you can upset them, you know you're doing something right. And he's nailed it as far as I'm concerned, because all hatred and everything that's coming towards me has come from me catching fish. Nothing to do with a few of them. It's nothing to do with what's happened now. It's because I catch fish, and it's because I've caught fish that they've been after for a long time, and they've still not caught them. You're not going to catch them sat at home behind 48 cans of lager. Get out here and have a go for them. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at with that. I'm still definitely going to be taking the trusty pineapple. I cannot go without the pineapple. Now I'm fully done now, really, for all my baits. Really, I've just obviously I've got a lot more kilos to go. I've probably got about 12, I've probably got about 20 kilo roll, which is it's not going to last. It's not going to last at all. I will put that in tomorrow, and it's 2 kilo. I'll put it in tomorrow, and then I'll go back down in another 2 days' time, and I will put another not 2 kilo, a kilo, and then I will continue that for a full week, every other day a kilo. But it will be broke up. I want everything coming to the dance off on this one. I want the roach, bream, perch, everything coming in to feed on that spot. The more that feed on that spot, the clearer that spot will be, the more appealing it will be to carp, and that is when I will hit it with the bloodworm liquids that I do, and also the rock salt. I will put the rock salt and the bloodworm liquid in neat on its own, on crumb, to get it at bottom faster, and then then that spot will, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as fish will think, it's a bloodworm bed, and they will feed on it, and it's I should have pretty much fish from the off, really. If I don't, then something's wrong, and I know I'm not on them, you know what I mean. But it's pretty much a section of canal that I walked a fair bit, and I've seen some alright fish come out. I walked down last year with, I think I will last, and there were a lad on one section I wanted to fish, and he had 2 out, and the smallest he had were 18. I think one were 18, and I think he had one at 21. So really nice fish as well, old fish, really nice looking fish. The weight does not matter. Weight don't come into it when you're fishing on canal. It's about the look of them, and they look like they've been through wars, and they look tatty, and I love all that about them. The character fish. So that's where we're heading this year. So I just thought I'd get that out there. That's where I'm heading, and I'm not hiding under a brick somewhere. I'm still doing what I do, and that is all this time I've not been fishing. I've been preparing to fish, and that's rolling bait. You see, I don't go to a tackle shop, and I don't just go in there and hand my money over and get some bait. I roll my own bait, and I roll the bait that I need for the spot. If it's if I know there's bloodworm in there, then it's a bloodworm bait I'll use. If there's a lot of fruit bushes that overhang a spot I'm fishing, it'll be a fruit bait. It's not that everything is thought out to do with fishing with me. It's not just, I don't go to a counter and just buy ready tied rigs and all crap that a lot of people buy. It's thought out stuff that I do. So as far as I'm concerned, it's everything's on form, and I'm really looking forward to getting some of these canal fish. So baiting starts tomorrow. And obviously, I'm going to do some video logs, but I don't really want to mess it up for the guys that are down here fishing it at the minute, you know what I mean? So a lot of it is going to be done it's just going to be a bush in the background or something like that. You're not going to see the actual canal section that I'm fishing, because if you do, I'm going to get people going down there and fishing it after I've caught fish, and it's not that I'm bothered about that. It's just I do not want to do that to the guys that have been fishing it for a while. It ain't fair on them, and I know that they're putting a lot of effort into it. So just to let you know where I'm at, guys, and I'll check you later. I hope you all have a good one.